wow, wow, yippee yo, yippee yay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world joining us. It's super fantastic to have you with us now. Welcome. If we didn't meet before, my name is Dan, aka Percula, aka that guy from Discord, aka Mr. What Does He Do All Day? Well, this is one of those things. Here we are, and of course I'm not on my own. I've got the man that puts the L in loyalty. It's Benji. How you doing?
What a magnificent intro. I'm doing great, super excited. This is hyping up this powwow way too much. I'm going to try and keep that same level of excitement, but I cannot guarantee any success similar to what you've just pulled off here. Congrats.
Too kind as always. So welcome everybody. Of course, we're bringing to you once again the love to the Borg, a family, the community, the most important part of SwissBorg. But of course, we have to mention the team, without which none of this would be possible. What have we got today, Benji? What have we got today on the content?
We're going to recap the whole month of June, but in a very quick way. Don't worry, I can see you stressing at home. Don't worry about it. We're going to do it very succinctly. It's going to be very nice and pleasant and funny with some touches of humor and lack of serious. We're also going to talk about upvotes that are opening. We're going to be doing, I guess, technically the fourth voting ever for tokens that should be listed in the SwissBorg app. We're going to be talking a little bit about some product updates, some exciting things, and then some events, because there's a lot of them. And if you want to see us somewhere and have a drink or have a chat or see an interview of one of our executives, well, this is the place to get the information that you'll need in order to do that. So that's all we'll do.
Absolutely. And don't forget, folks, of course, we want to hear you hitting that like bell, subscribing. Please show the love to our efforts, and is much appreciated. So, question of the week, as we always start, and as luck would have it, this question of the week is for the loyalty squad. So, over to you.
So, Lanio tells us, "Hi guys, thanks for your very interesting video as usual and your great work. I have 50,000 tokens locked as a Genesis member since 2021. I was wondering if there's any way these locked tokens could be used for staking, or could it be possible in the future?" So right now, it's not possible to use them for staking. We have governance and premium as being two different things, but we are looking into the best ways to merge them into one program. So is it going to be possible in the future? It's very likely. Although I don't have a guarantee for that yet, but we're looking into how we can do it, respecting all of the different cohorts, whether it's ICO, whether it's employees, whether it's people that have 50,000 tokens, and we'll be releasing and giving more updates throughout summer. Right now, we're testing the V1 of the evolution of Borg journey within the employee cohort, so we're really asking all of our colleagues to give us some transparent and harsh feedback. And once we're convinced that we're starting and we're going in the right direction, we'll release it. I think it's a matter of weeks now. We just have to fix a couple of more bugs. And then it's really all going to go in the flow. So in September, I hope that this question will be easy to answer. And I hope that you'll like the answer as well.
Absolutely. I think like the community can really rest assured that they've got this guy in charge of this. So you don't need to feel any pressure. No pressure. You're going to deliver for everyone, as you always do. So moving on, we're looking at the June update. So did you miss what we got up to in June? The team was busy cooking. It may be approaching summer. We're halfway through the year, and yet still so much happened. So let's kick off. I'll start with the BNB chain. So this was just 3 weeks on from the Hyperliquid integration. Hyperliquid's kind of new, so we thought we'd go a bit old school. We added one of the most well-known, busiest networks that there is in on-chain, which is the BNB network. And this included the SwissBorg, the Pancake Swap DEX, leaking something there, the Pancake Swap DEX, and this was added as one of the most important DEXs, of course, on the BNB chain, and our quest to add the deepest liquidity, the widest liquidity is continuing. Benji, what do we have next?
We have extended the reach of the MEX, as we mentioned. We talked about BNB, but we also have Solana, Avalanche, Hyperliquid, and Berachain. This really allows anyone to go from any token pretty much anywhere that we have on the app into any other token in just a tap. We'll see that, for example, later on, we'll talk a little bit about Starknet. If you want to go to Starknet, it's mostly not possible from anywhere, but considering we have it on Ethereum, we can add it in the SwissBorg app. And from Avalanche, for example, you can do a one tap into Starknet, which is not possible. It's just not. So we're just expanding our reach, and we really want to talk about that as well as for Dan.
as well as for Dan. The next slide. We had 19 tokens added last month, in the month of June, and this included the, well, let's flash back into history for a moment for the community that were here way longer than I was a face on this screen. Benji, was this actually the first community curation vote?
It's debatable, but how we can make sure everyone's happy is you can say this was the first in-app token curation vote, because before we did have 2 of them, and I forgot the rules, but I believe it was maybe 2021, something like community premiums could vote with 1 point, Genesis premium with 5 points, something like that. Don't quote me on the numbers. And we did it twice. So I think this would be the 3rd time that the community has had the power of including a token in the app, but the first time that they could do it directly from the app, and directly depending on how many Borg they were locking in governance. So it is a first in some aspects of it.
And so you can let Benji know in the comments the history that he's forgotten. So 19 new tokens were added in June, including 3 from this first thing. So that was Jasmine, Akash Network, and Lifinity. They're super cool projects. Fantastic to have them. And you may or may not have noticed that there's now a community picks category in the marketplace, so you can keep track of the projects that the community have voted to add. But there was also a bunch of other tokens, a lot of them on the BNB network, of course, thanks to this integration. So loads of new tokens as we continue. And we've reached the milestone already. Achievement unlocked. We've got 300 tokens, well, more than 300 tokens now in the app. So we're seriously building one of the biggest crypto catalogs that there is out there, all in one tap, no bridges, no gas tokens, no delays, no stress. Everything is being built for the future for you guys. So this is a great achievement for everyone involved. What else happened in June?
Earning and staking strategies. We have a earn on XBG that was launched, and we have a new one that we'll talk about in a bit. And Chili's staking as well. We like their logo. We like the APY, and especially the project is very interesting. They're building a lot, so it's cool also to read up a little bit on how they've evolved since, well, I don't know when they launched, but definitely some time ago, how they've evolved and what they're branching into nowadays. Then trading vaults are the strategies where you can put your money or your crypto, lock them up in a vault, and let SwissBorg do the transactions on the buy and selling for you. So we define some thresholds that we believe are tactical, are financially smart, depending on the charts, depending on the prices, depending on the indicators. And then as soon as we hit these thresholds, as soon as we hit those, instead of you setting up a price alert, having to open your app and then doing the transaction yourself, you can sip your mojito next to the seaside, and we have someone in the SwissBorg office who's locked in there and has to do it for you. Obviously, it's not how it works, but this is how you can picture it. It's something that enables you to be hands-off on these different tokens that we're proposing. So we had Camino, XRP, and Uniswap, but we're not done there. We're going to be doing some more and talk about it in just a second. Top Borger bundle release.
So yeah, one of the other things that happened in June, it feels like an awful long time ago to me, but we had the gestation, it was voted for, and now 100% in June it's been delivered. About 198, I think it was, top Borgers, literally the hive mind all coming together, bringing their recommendations. So if you haven't checked it out already, this is really worth looking at, because this is what the biggest Borg holders think is the tokens you should be considering. So it's a milestone, it's community-led, it's a great bundle. For long-term investment, if you want to put into this, this could be the one to go for once a month, once every couple of weeks, whatever it is you want to go for. So it's there in the app, go check it out. And
special
finally,
shout out. Oops, sorry.
No.
Special shout out going out to Julianas, Chris, Mika, who are doing an amazing job at dissecting, talking, explaining, answering questions about everything that we're talking about for SwissBorg and more. So they're really the people that you should be following if you speak the language that they're speaking. If you're a French speaker, Julianas is doing a killer job all the time. If you're a German speaker, Chris is doing a killer job as well. So feel free to take a look at their channels, give them a like, give them a follow. It makes them happy. It makes us happy. It makes everyone happy. And it's free. So feel free to consider that.
There's literally no better deal out there. So into the Tokenverse we dive, and it is looking pretty red this week. But we must remember, of course, it is summer. Coming into summer, traditionally markets get an awful lot quieter, a lot flatter. So the bubbles ain't that huge in most directions, but there are some standouts. MYX, which was a token that we added thanks to the BNB integration, that's had a big pump this last week. And of course, we've also got Pengu. Pengu, the Pudgy Penguins meme coin, starting to make some moves. This could be super exciting if it really does pump and deliver everything that is being spoken about. So that might be one to keep a look on too. Fear and Greed, I mean, it's 50, it's in the middle, right? It's literally summer season. At the moment, we're kind of flat. Nobody's doing a great deal. It's still pretty much Bitcoin season, though. Altcoin index isn't really moving, and dominance is remaining pretty much the same. So keep an eye. Start considering to DCA into your favorite tokens. It could be the time, not financial advice. But just, have a watch of the market whilst you're enjoying maybe some well-earned vacation. Moving on, product update, I think.
Today's screen update. So if you look at today's screen, you will be able to see that there is now new category of watch list, trending, gainers, losers, and we're doing a lot of work into making sure that the assets that are appearing here are the most relevant and insightful possible for you, so that you can make also, on top of deciding which tokens you like or not, instructive decision and see if other people also agree or disagree, and then you can try and figure out why. So you have a new trending view based on several metrics across the last 7 days, like community interacted with the token. So for example, clicking on the page, looking it up, clicking on learn more, interacting with it, staying on that page for a long time, but also number of transactions and volume, just to see what people are thinking about, and because that's also important, but of course what people do, which is probably a metric that's even more impactful. So yeah, how do you feel about this page, Dan?
I like this a lot. I think it's made the today's screen super clean and much more intuitive to use. But I love the fact that the trending view isn't just based on one thing. It's kind of a mix, so you can get a bit of an overview of what is going on. After this, 3 new tokens added to the app last week. These are kind of a bit not old school, but some more established projects. We've got GMX on Avalanche Network, Wallet Connect on Optimism, and Starknet on the Ethereum network. More or less, kind of these are governance utility tokens. So maybe they offer voting power, they could offer yield when you stake, support the network, pay transaction fees with them, stuff like this. But these are also projects that we have been asked for. So they're ones that was some community demand to have them added to the app. So go check them out. You're going to find them in the marketplace right now. What's next? So this is something really new. It's something new, super exciting. This is the Global Dollar Network, which is a brand new USD-backed stablecoin, and SwissBorg is super happy to be one of the launch partners for this project. Now, it's a stablecoin that we're announcing as a partnership with Paxos and with the Global Dollar Network, and we're one of the launch partners, like I say, bringing it out to you. It's fully MiCA compliant. This is very important. It's regulated. It's completely backed one-to-one, and it's live now in the European Union. And today, it's in your app. We're not just announcing that we've brought it to you and all the exciting things that it's going to bring. It's very, very nice because we're one of the partners with some really big names: Kraken, MasterCard, Robinhood, many other big partners are launching. So SwissBorg really here is one of the founding partners taking part in a very exciting project. And we've got a nice little campaign to start us off, to kick us off. So how can you win $100 a day potentially? By smart sending. So what do you need to do? We're going to smart send $20 or more, if you like, to a friend, any friend, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's 1 entry per friend, so you can't just keep sending to the same friend and pinging it back to each other. But once a day, 5 people are going to get drawn for the next 5 days, and they could win $100 each. However, that's not enough. If you happen to send, you want to choose the smart send, you can do that now. Send your $20 or more to someone new, that someone doesn't have a SwissBorg account. Basically, if they open their account up and complete their KYC by the 11th of July, then you're going to get your prize, if you get drawn, doubled. So you're not going to get $100 worth of Borg as your prize. If you get a new user on board and you get them to sign up and complete the KYC, of course, and you get drawn, happy days, could be $200 coming your way. So have fun, take part, USDG. Benji, was that clear? Is there any questions?
It's super clear, and I can say you'll get even more than that, because if you do sign up someone who's new with $20 and then they do $100 worth of swap, you're also eligible to both get the referral rewards. So it's just a culmination of things where even during vacation, you can start sending up some USDG to your friends, participating in that beautiful marketing campaign, and even make some referrals and scratch some tickets. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a little tip right there.
And that's why you're the PM and I'm not. Moving on. We talked about whether this was the first vote, the second vote, the third vote. It doesn't matter. July is upon us now, and upvote season has begun. So we've got the website is updated. There's 80 new community token nominated tokens in there. Go show your support. Upvote the ones you're into, get them into the top 10. Those are the ones that are going to make it to the final selection. If you're involved in the communities, if you engage with these projects, these are ones that you really feel passionate about. Get sharing this page, get people coming, get them to upvote, show the strength of community, the proof of community, and how popular these tokens and projects are. But of course, after that, we take it to the app and we go for the Borg Stakers vote. And this is going to happen between the 16th and 26th of July. So we've got a little while. We've got plenty of time to upvote, plenty of time to take part. But get ready to stake your Borg once again. Of course, stake and vote. And let's see what tokens we want to add to the marketplace next time. Back to you, sir.
Some alpha rewards, XBorg Season 10, 50% more rewards. It's opened Monday and it's going to stay open for another week. It's up to 15% APY, but you do also have to lock longer for 3 months. So you have to be sure that XBorg is a growing project. And if you ask me, I think that it is. I'm obviously every week with Connor, who's their CMO on the Fireplace on Twitter. We interact with them a lot. They're our sister companies. They're branching out, doing a lot of interesting side quests, and also developing their main app and bringing in some partners that are incredible. Esports team, the biggest in the world. They're having millions of interactions. So it's really a growing project, branching out and doing incredible work. So huge shout out to them. Their token XBG, the best way if you want to buy it and keep it and you know that you're going to hold it for the long run, the best way to maximize that earning is going to be to lock it into these vaults, whether it's on-chain directly with their pledging system or in the SwissBorg app at your convenience with a couple clicks. Both of these are wonderful, so make sure that you don't miss it if you have some XBG tokens and you know that you're not selling them, and participate now.
Absolutely.
Afterwards, Sui vaults. Now, what can you do with this, Dan? What's a trading vault for?
What's a trading vault? Trading vault is one of my absolutely favorite features. I think I say this quite frequently to people and they're getting bored, but this is trading on automatic. So this is removing the emotion, removing all the problems. Don't write a token to zero if you don't have to. This can help you out there. So super easy. You're going to deposit some USDC into the vault once you've done your research and you've decided this is the one for you, of course. And then basically you're going to see a very, very clearly laid out strategy. The buying points, the selling points, even the stop loss, everything is there in the app for you to review. It's all crystal clear. And then you could be looking at some super bullish rewards. I think it's up to 68% is the maximum case on this scenario. So it's a Sui Vault. If this is one for you, if you haven't tried it before, maybe check it out, have a good look. You've got Wednesday, 24 hours only to subscribe, but that's quite a long time to review everything. So yeah, take a look at the Trading Vault.
Sui is a project I'm struggling with investing in. I really like what they're doing, what they're building, how they're branching out. They're doing a Sui Play, which is going to be like a gaming console, like a Steam Deck. So it's extremely interesting. But they have something like 70 or 80% of their supply that is still locked in their own treasury. So that's also a little bit worrying for me. I really like what they're building, how they're onboarding some huge names like Kalenosaurus from Solana, or whose hands they're shaking all the time. But it feels like token. I'm struggling to want to buy it and like hold without thinking. So this could also be a nice way of being able not to hold without thinking and having someone else doing that thinking for me.
Exactly. Could not agree more. So let's move on. Speaking of dreams, of holding on to things, let's talk about the Dream Fund, give you an update on what's happening there. So Dream Fund is about to enter the very final showdown. So coming on the 8th of July, there's going to be the in-app vote where we can pick our favorites. But before that, and this is really, really important that you get involved, guys. Before that, on the website, you can just go to the SwissBorg homepage. There's a banner straight across the top. It says Dream Fund. Click on that, and you can see the videos, the presentations of all of these dreamers, and you can start thinking about, who do I want to reward? Who do I want to give this prize to? This amazing prize. We've got 40,000 euros being shared between just 3 people. This is an incredible opportunity for someone to really change their life, ultimately. Yeah. So the power is in the Borgers' hands, and there's going to be a few little twists. We're going to have maybe some sort of live showdown, something like this. More information coming soon. But start having a look. Start thinking about who you want to get the ultimate reward. Now let's talk basketball. In the Sports Center, we have the FIBA Under-19 World Cup that started last Saturday, and this has already been a superb festival of SwissBorg branding and name recognition and getting the word out there that we are one of the interesting things that people should be just interested in. Yeah, so you can see us on the global partners list. People like Nike are there. It's really very cool, and there's plenty of branding. There's a booth. You can go and visit some team members in the I guess that's in the car park, but you can go and see those guys. And also inside too, you're going to see SwissBorg logos everywhere. And plenty of Borgers have been visiting and taking part. You can see some social media posts that have been shared here. And if you can't get nearby, if you're not in the Lausanne area, you can check out the highlights brought to you by SwissBorg on YouTube, including, which is very, very cool to see, Switzerland's first ever World Cup victory at basketball. So go take a look at that. And also, very nice, yesterday we had the SwissBorg versus the community match, and it went a little bit like this. So it looked super fun. I hope everyone had a great time there. Let us have some comments if you were there. Let us know how it went. In the end, I think they mixed up SwissBorg versus the community into kind of 2 teams. They merged them together. We have the urge to merge. And yeah, I think it was a really fabulous evening had by all. What was happening in Monaco, Benji? Do you know?
Cyrus was a speaker at the WAIB event. We'll be sharing everything about that on social media very soon. So stay tuned for that and show some love to our beautiful CEO here.
Absolutely. See where he's been. So also taking place tomorrow. Now, this is a cool one. July the 2nd, Wednesday, we're in Cannes. That's why a lot of folks are away at the moment at ETHCC. And this is definitely an event where if your name is not on the list, don't go. Don't go, guys. It is full. Everyone wants to be there. It is literally the hottest ticket in Cannes right now at the crypto conference. It's the elite VC, it's the enthusiasts, the developers, the exchanges, the top content creators. It is anyone who is anyone. I got to tell you, I've seen the list of people begging for tickets to go. So it's going to be fantastic. There's going to be some content generated of it. But yeah, the security is tight. So do not try and get in if you're not on the list. Also, we've got an event taking place in Montreux. Benji, I think you know a lot about Montreux. You can pronounce it better than me. What's this event about?
So Montreux Jazz Festival is one of the biggest Swiss events, along with Paleo and some of these other big ones. And it's basically turning a part of Montreux into a big jazz festival with live music everywhere, food, people, just great vibe, ambience, and it's highly desirable. There is a part where you have to pay to get in, but don't worry, we are doing an event in the free part, which is also massive, and you can also have a great day there if you want to spend more time than just time with SwissBorg. If you don't, it starts at around 3:15. We're going to be doing some crypto talks. We're going to have some live music, some drinks, some SwissBorg employees, some executives that are going to talk. I believe Chris is going to be there on the stage as well, and then we're going to be staying afterwards for some mingling and cocktails on the terrace from 5:30 up until late, which I don't know what time that is, but it says late on the paper, so I believe it when I see it.
It's gonna be late, man. So if you're interested in this, Of course, keep an eye on the social media and the usual channels, X, on Instagram. You're going to find all the information that you need to know. And I did hear that we may be going to have some tickets for a super, super famous performer that is at the festival. So yeah, make sure you watch the social media because you could be the lucky one that gets to see. Can't tell you, but this could be an exciting once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, really. It's really, really cool. Borg, moving on to the Borg. In case you didn't notice, the assembly hasn't happened this week. That's happening next week. So next Tuesday, it's going to be the normal times. We're talking about 6 o'clock for France, 7 o'clock CEST for the English speakers. And it's going to be a bit different because we're halfway through the year. So we're going to be doing a 6-month recap, both on SwissBorg in general and, of course, specifically on Borg, what's been achieved, more importantly, what's coming next. So it's going to be Cyrus, of course, naturally. It's sure going to be Benji with you. It's not going to be me. It's going to be probably some special guests presenting some super exciting alpha information for you, letting you know what's going to be happening in the next coming up in the next half of the year. But of course, we want your questions. Yeah, we've got to have questions to answer, and it's super important that we get the community's questions. So there is a Slido set up already. You can see the QR code there. The link's going to be in the description below as well. You can come submit your questions. You can upvote them, of course, so we know which is the most important ones to get to as the priority. And please come, take part, set your reminders. This is going to be like a must-see event. Like and subscribe to us now. Like and subscribe to us then. Come take part in this amazing assembly event. But now let's move to the Borg data, Benji.
So the Borg data is not as exciting as the assembly. Unfortunately, people are off taking a little bit of time to rest, and the markets are noticing this, as we've seen in the market update slide before. Holders in the app is even down a little bit. Premiums are stagnating a bit. It's not. I mean, there are some new joiners, but there are also some people that are leaving, unfortunately. So the numbers are relatively similar. Governance is going up steadily. And we're going to be sending out the governance rewards for the last 4 votes, by the way, in the coming either today, if I'm efficient enough, or it's going to be tomorrow. If I am not, you'll know by the time you see this. But the numbers we're hoping will be going up a little bit after we send the rewards, because they're going to generate some excitement, right? There were very, very good rewards this time, and should be also very good rewards next time. So I'm hoping that we'll see this number even pumped up a bit. And then the weekly price change is up 3%, which is nice. In this market, it's pretty nice, I have to say. Well done, Borg. Well done, Borg holders. And on the next slide, we're going to be seeing that, unfortunately, the volume inside the app is representative of the market as well. It's a little bit slower. The net flow is positive. This is probably why Borg is up a bit. Number of KYC verifications is quite low, and people are chilling. And I think that it's well-deserved, because we've had an extremely chaotic year. You had to follow the news. You had to suffer through your portfolio going up and down for no reason, or because some guy said something somewhere or did something somewhere. And now we're finally able to chill a little bit. So enjoy your time off to everyone who is having a little bit of vacation. Well deserved to all of us. But the numbers don't like it that much, which is fine. They don't have to like us every single time. The community index, we're not going to build it up like last time, because we checked it, since this is the second take for this Pow Wow. 2.1, everything is down except for Borg. That is up a little bit, saving us from a miserably disgraceful score. Now it's 2.1, which means we can only go up from here. I'm actually thinking we should go up from here with the assembly, with the Dream Fund, with everything that's happening. I have high expectations for next week. But in the meantime, this was it for today's Pow Wow. Please, please, please leave a like, subscribe. It's free, it's instantaneous, it makes us happy, it makes Dan's KPIs very good. Helps him on his semester review. Tell his manager that he is doing something. I'm joking. Obviously, you're doing a lot. We're very proud of your work. I'm just making some jokes here. If you found that funny, you have no excuses not to leave us a like. If you have any questions, anything you want us to talk about next week with Cyrus, with everyone who's doing anything important to SwissBorg, including Dan, feel free to write it down. We will answer, or at least I promise we will read it. But in the meantime, we're going to log off now. Dan, it's your time to shine.
Exactly. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been fantastic to have you here. Thank you to my brother from another, presumably much younger mother. Benji, appreciate your time, sir. Everybody, stay healthy, stay wealthy. Love your Borg, love your equity. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.